planner friends, it's Nia. Welcome to Life with Nia and Life with Petey. Today we are going to be talking about our budget. We are closing out the January 2023 budget. January was quite a month. We are nearly freezing here in January. We had a lot of rain. We have a leaking roof. And we have somewhat lackluster in response property management. So nothing has come out of my pocket to pay for said issue, but I'm definitely being impacted by it. So that continues because it's raining again today. We had like 19 or 20, 21 days straight of rain in January. Actually, it started in December. It started, I think, New Year's Eve. We had a little short break. Now it's raining again. It's rained yesterday, rained today. Fortunately, it's not raining hard enough that I'm seeing water pouring. But, yeah. So that happened in January. Not financially impacting me yet. But it's been a lot of changes happening in January, so let's get into it. One of the things that I wanted to do, in the new year is commit back to, filling out these things in the back, doing the color coding. So I did the debt payment plan section. The where did my money go? I didn't do it for every single category because I felt like it was a little bit of overkill. And then the monthly debt and savings breakdown. I didn't do the comparison because I didn't do any of this for December, but next month I will compare January and February. So to start with, let's get into what our income was in January. So I estimated for $79.49, and y'all, I actually hit 10K, 10,001. I just want to say, mo money, mo problems. That was not all in my pocket spent. Good 20% of it went to Afterpay. Big chunk went to taxes, so appearances, looks can be deceiving. Normal paycheck actually went up. I'm really not sure why. I'm actually paying more in federal taxes, so that's not it. Nothing really changed. I know you kind of reset the amounts at the beginning of the year, but I'm not seeing like what the change was, but I will take that extra $68. Still doing the health stipend, still getting the telework stipend. I have shared I have a goal of $100,000 in revenue for Studio Bliss Co. for this year. So that's roughly $9,000 a month, which is nowhere near the type of revenue that we do. But I am working on it heavily. And revenue for January was it was $55.14, which I'm not really sure, like Etsy's whole thing, because it says revenue was $55.14 and sales was $57.21, and I can't find anything to share to differentiate between the two. But I will say that was like double what I did last January. So we are definitely growing. We still have a ways to go to hit that goal, but we're growing. That had a lot of, with that came a lot of shipping fees, transaction fees, all Etsy's little fees. So like they took a third of that. And then I had about $2,100 going to taxes, and just like the normal business operating expenses and different things. YouTube, I got a payment from November and December for a total of $121.51. 31, I got a payment of $23.12. I received an extra $350, and that was distributed amongst different things. 200 of it went to my emergency fund. I put an extra $60 on PayPal. We'll talk about that in a second. And then I got a refund from Dish, which we'll talk about that in a second as well, for $82.19. So all in all, that was $10,001. That was about $2,000 more than expected. We will come back to goals at the end. Okay, so, you know, I got my binder all set up pretty. I was like, these are going to be my expenses for the year. These are my regular expenses. These are my business expenses. We're good. And really, January is where all these things, like, start to happen. January and February, and changes need to be made. So, let's start with the personal expenses. So, insurance. Paid insurance in January. This was home and car combined, $169.11. I got my policy renewal, and these clowns raised my rate to, it was like just slightly over $200. I was like, there is no way. I drove less than 2,000 miles last year. Why? Because that was just car insurance. The home portion did not really go up significantly. It was changed. But the car portion went up significantly. And so I started shopping around. Found something cheaper. Same coverage and better coverage. Better deductibles. For rounded $112 a month. So it's a $58 savings per month. From what the new rate was going to be. Actually, no. It's a $58 savings from the old rate. Let's see. It is a $88 savings. That's not accurate because that's 24. It's about $65 because I took the home out. So that's going to change. You'll see next month. It'll be, actually there won't be an insurance payment because I did a 6-month policy. I paid half of it, and I'll pay the other half of it at the end of March. So beginning of April. But you'll see separate now for home because I'll pay that every month, and it's like $24 and some change. So that was the first change. The second change is Dish. I no longer have Dish. I now have Hulu Live. So with my Sprint telephone service, I got Hulu Basic for free. Now Dish is owned by T-Mobile, and I'm grandfathered into that as long as I don't change my plan. So I think Hulu Live is somewhere around $85, $90 with the discount from it being with Dish, or not Dish, with T-Mobile, Sprint, whoever they are this week. It's $70.99. So here's what happened with Dish. First I got the bill, and they raised the price. So it was like $105, which I didn't get that many channels. I had locals and Ratchet TV, basically Bravo. I mean, that's what I'm trying to watch. So I'm trying to figure out what am I paying for? And so then January 3rd, I go to watch TV, and there's nothing there. QVC is what's there. So, when I try to, look at anything else, change the channel, it says that I'm no longer receiving a signal. Why? I paid my bill. What y'all doing? So I call, and they're like, oh, your equipment's outdated, so let's set up an appointment. No, we're not setting up an appointment to do anything. I had 4 or 5 phone calls with them, all in excess of an hour. That's how difficult it was to cancel my account. You've been with us for 20 years. Why would you want to go for anywhere else? Because you just turned off my TV with no warning. And then you can't have anybody come out here for weeks? I think not. No, we're not doing that. So, that is saving me $34 a month. I should have changed a long time ago because I'm getting like way more now with Hulu than I was ever getting with Dish. And it's streaming, so I don't have to worry about losing a signal per se. So that happened. The other thing is Xfinity, you'll see next month, will go up. That's my internet. It'll go up $14 or $16. And the reason for that is for a year, my equipment was free and it's not free anymore. So at some point next year, when this rate expires, because I'm in a 2-year thing for my rate, I probably will pick a new plan or something like that to see if I can get that back down some. So that is everything on the personal side that has changed. Then, over on the business side, Shopify sent an email that they are raising their rates. So it's going from $29 to $39. Y'all know this is a sore spot for me because I've been paying for Shopify for quite some time and not really using it. My landing page is still there. So if you want to sign up for the email to be the first to know when we do make a move, you can go to blissplanningco.com and you will get there. But that's essentially what I'm paying for, is for that landing page, because I don't have any other pages set up at this point. So they're going up to $39, but it doesn't happen until April. If you pay for a whole year, you'll keep the $29 rate. So I am going to save for the yearly rate to pay that at the beginning of April so that I'm at least locked into this $29 for another year. I had said I was going to cancel Gold City. I tried, and I was like, I probably can use this, so I didn't do anything with that. Also, I paid my Sam's Club membership in January. So here were the cash envelopes, total of $859. Nothing exciting going on there. They're a combination of cash envelopes and summer sinking funds. So like grocery eat out, bulk, household, gas, PD are things that without a doubt I'm gonna use every month. They are variable, fluctuating, revolving expenses. For sinking funds, and I had no money left over in those variable envelopes to roll over outside of like PD and gas. So anything extra that's left in my household, dining out, and grocery, I will save instead of rolling over. Gas, PD, all that gets rolled over because we know we're going to need it the following month. So for sinking funds, at the beginning of the month, we started with $10,036. We ended the month with $10,190. So that was a $154 increase. And you're probably like, but you put at least $859 into some of these things. Well, I also spent quite a bit this month. So the first thing was taxes. Like I said, it was like $2,000. I paid quarterly taxes. That was $668. Actually, it was $1,268. And then I paid, PD says hi. I paid Sam's Club. That was $53.88. I got a $5 bill back, so that got saved as well. And then I pulled $335 from this profit account to pay for that 3 months of insurance up front. I'm going to pay myself back for that, so I'm saving $112 a month to pay myself back for that. But that also reduced my sinking fund amount. So two things that I'm adding to the sinking funds is the estate box. So I'm going to save $50 a month so that when the estate box bills quarterly from Cloth and Paper, Instead of me coming out of pocket $150, I'll have that saved. And then I'm going to save $115 a month for insurance, which the plan I selected is to pay it every 3 months. And so that will allow me to have that money saved up for that purpose as well. So that's what's going on with the sinking funds. For the debt, we actually have a little good news. So this is just focus debt. Doesn't include everything. Doesn't include those godforsaken student loans. I was watching a YouTube video earlier today, a debt confession video, and the lady who was talking said that she went to nursing school, and she undergrad like 14 years ago or something like that. She finished. She had $52,000 in student loans. She has paid $95,000 on that student loan and owes $54,000. How? It's private, so I don't have any private loans, so I don't know. I don't get it. But that's insanity to me. Like, how do you pay $40,000 more than what you borrowed and still owe the original amount you borrowed? They're not at like, what do you call that? Payday loan rates? I don't understand. I feel horrible for her. It's horrible. Anyway. This is just focus debt. So we started with $32,607. We ended with $31,287, which is a reduction of $1,320. And that, I'm happy with that. That's really good. My goal was to pay it down by $1,000, and we did that. You know what we would have done better had we not had $1 bazillion in afterpay payments, because I paid in January $1,809 to afterpay, which made me think this is probably why I stopped filling out the back of this booklet, because when you're breaking down and seeing where your money goes, I had $1,809 that I paid for afterpay. 18% of my money went to afterpay and Klarna. Other debt, I paid $1,625, so 16%. I think I was looking at it and I was like, well, I don't know that I would have paid that much money towards debt if it weren't due. So I don't know that I would have been aggressively paying down my debt in that manner. But for the need to make the payment because the payment is due. But that is like $1,800 that could have went to something at savings or something else. So we paid a total of $3,434 in debt this month. I did make the extra payment to PayPal, so I had shared like my focus plan for this quarter. It's really hard to stay on this quarterly plan because now I want to do something completely different. But I'm sticking to it. I had shared like my quarterly plan was to focus on the PayPal, the Ashley furniture, and the Discover card. So I did pay. I paid off the Mac. That was $60 a month. I took that extra $60. I put it towards the PayPal. And then I also, because I had gotten that other money, put another $60 towards it. So I paid in total, I think $159 to PayPal in January. So we went from $1,006 down to $885. I paid $100 to Ashley. I think it's $50 some dollars that's due. So $11.93 down to $11.28. You're not going to see a huge movement in the Discover because things charge back on it. So I'm paying extra, but there are things that I have on there on a recurring basis that I don't want to pull off. So I paid an extra $100, but I also paid an extra $250-ish to cover those recurring charges as well. So it really didn't move. It went from $26.87 to $26.56. So that is debt. And then last but not least is our goals for this month, which I think went really well. Oh, and savings. So for savings this month, I saved a total of $842. So $617.55 went to my emergency fund. $152 went to my home fund. $30 in $5 bills went to my vacation fund. I saved $10 for my Christmas fund, and then I had $10.29 in loose change that also went to my Christmas fund, and then $23 for self-care, for a total of $842.84. And then for the goal, so the goal was to save $750. Like I said, we just saved $842. So that goal was met. Then the goal was to pay down $1,000 in debt. We paid $1,320, so that goal was met. I wanted to pay an extra $60 to PayPal. I paid an extra $120, so that goal was met. I wanted to have $3,000 in revenue, which I don't know why I made it so low, because that's never going to help me breach my $100,000 goal, but $3,000 was my goal. We had $55.14 in revenue, so that was met. I did track expenses. I did finish my QuickBooks fourth quarter updates and pay my quarterly taxes. The only thing I did not work on this month was the Shopify website, so we are going to work on that in February. So my goal going into February, just transitioning from off of this, is to continue to aggressively save, because Q1 taxes are going to be coming quickly, and then I'm probably going to owe when I do my other taxes as well. So I want to have a little stockpile of cash for that purpose. And then after that, after this, get over this quarter, I will look at where we are with the PayPal account and possibly paying it off at the end of the quarter, and then shifting my focus to a different card, or maybe more towards savings. I don't know. We'll see. So that is January. A little bit more action going on than normal, but some good progress, so I'm happy with it. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Let me know how your budget worked out for January. If you have any comments, questions, please feel free to post down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.